What's up, guys? So I just made it into Sparks, Nevada. Last night I slept at in Wells, Nevada at the Petro right there. Got a shower and a nice meal at the the Iron Skillet. I always get those two confused. I don't know if the TA has Iron Skillet or the Petro has Iron Skillet, because they pretty much taste like the same restaurant to me, same setup and everything. So either way, I ate at one of them. I ate the grilled chicken breast with sauteed vegetables. So it was pretty good. I slept. My appointment here, they don't open up till 8 o'clock, and from when I got parked, it would have been if I would have left after 10 hours, I would have been sitting here burning up my on duty time today. So since I have 3 stops here, or 2 in Reno, 1 here, which, you know, Sparks is side by side pretty much. So since I have 3 here, and then I have to go over to Redding, which is like, what, 250 miles, something like that, I wanted to go ahead and waste as little time on the clock as I can, so I can make it to either Redding or right outside of Redding. A few times I've had to stop at the rest area on the way there. I forgot the name of it, but it's you have no service. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Couldn't even make phone calls. But yeah, so I decided to sleep a few extra hours, so I ended up being off duty like 14 hours and 40 minutes. Plus I had a shower and everything, so, you know, I probably slept a good 12 hours of that. I felt great. Drove in like a champ, you know. So here it is, 7:17 in the morning. I've been here about 10 minutes, 11 minutes off duty. So I've been here 11 minutes, and I'm just sitting here waiting for them to open at 8 o'clock, get these 5 pieces off, collect the check, and then head over to my next 2 stops. I think my next stop only has 1 piece. Yeah, my next stop has 1 piece, and then I think it's like 34 at the stop after that. So hopefully I can knock that out fairly quick and be on my way to Redding. I'll probably take a little time lapse of that, because I know that's a beautiful ride up through there, and it'll be a perfect opportunity since it's daylight and all. So I'll catch you guys later.
I do or die. I'm alive. Do or die. I'm alive.
What's up, guys? So I made it to I have no idea what town this is. Exit 630 in California on I-5. I made a huge mistake today. Huge. So I don't know if you can see me, the sun's really bright. So what had happened was, I haven't been down here in a while, so leaving Reno, when I got on the interstate, I got into the left two lanes like I normally do, because I had thought that that's the way I normally go, and I didn't look at my GPS or anything. I just, you know, typed in the address and put it on its way or whatever. So I'm driving down the road, and at the last minute I hear it say, because, you know, I keep the volume turned down a little bit, and I hear it say, turn right, get off on exit, whatever it was, on I-80 West. And in my head I was thinking, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to get on I-80. I don't think that's right. But then in the back of my head I'm like, well, at the same time, it's been almost a year since I've been down here. Maybe I get on I-80 and then go on 395 to get over to Redding. So at the last minute, I went ahead and got over in the right lane, got off on 80 West right there in Reno. And then I just keep thinking, I'm like, man, this does not seem right. And then at some point it was too late. I decided it was just too late to turn around and go back up 395. But so I ended up going I-80 all the way to Sacramento, then getting on I-5 North and headed up here, which I'm still 50 miles away from Redding, so I wasn't able to make it all the way. But here's the catch. So since I got up at, what, 12 o'clock last night, 2 o'clock last night, something like that, I've been driving since, 2 o'clock. So I was out of my 14. I was running just on duty. That's all I had left was my drive time. I got stuck in traffic. There was a truck wreck going down one of the mountains, and at the bottom, right at exit 144 on I-80, there's a truck on fire, so they got us off Gold Run Road and diverted us around. Well, that took 48 minutes that I was on duty because I wasn't moving. And I just had the brakes set and everything. So, yeah, it was just 47 minutes of my already short amount of time. But I was really hoping to get to Redding and be staged at my stop for the first thing in the morning. But obviously that didn't work out. So, I feel like such an idiot. Like, I should have known, or I definitely should have looked. Even the mileage, his mileage was like 280, 285, something like that for from one stop to the next. So from Reno to Redding, it was going to be like 280, 285 miles. It seemed high too. I remember thinking, I was like, man, that's awful high. I didn't think it was that much. But that's because it was taking me all the way down to Sacramento. Why would my GPS even do that? I don't. But at the last minute, I second guessed myself, and I got back in that right lane and decided to follow my GPS. And, you know, it cost me 50 minutes, 60 minutes in the morning getting up here, doing my pre-trip, and then headed up. And, you know, so after my 3 Redding stops, I have to go to, I keep saying Portland, but it's not Portland. Let me look. Yeah, I've got to go to Salem, Oregon, and Beaverton, Oregon. And, you know, it doesn't seem that far, but at the same time, it's pretty far to Parma, Idaho, where I'm going after that. So I've got 50 minutes away before I even before I even get to the place. 50, 60 minutes, so let's just say an hour. And then I've got to deal with those stops, and then hopefully make it as far north as I can today and get staged nearby, get those 2 stops off first thing in the morning, the following morning, so that'd be hopefully Wednesday morning. and then head like the 450 miles over to Parma, Idaho to be there for my pickup first thing Thursday morning. I was supposed to be bringing my A game because everything was scheduled really tight today. I was supposed to be, or this trip, supposed to be bringing my A game, and here I am screwing up on something this simple. So it's definitely frustrating. I'm kind of pissed at myself. But at the end of the day, you know, it is just an hour. Well, at least I won't keep telling myself that, even though it's aggravating. But good news is it's 5 o'clock. I've already been here an hour, and I don't need to wake up until about 6, 7 o'clock. My first stop doesn't open till 9, and my second stop doesn't open till 10, and the second stop and the third stop is in the same strip mall type thing. So I'm gonna get it all done fairly soon. 10 o'clock I'll be ready to, or I guess 10:30, 11 o'clock I'll be ready to head north. But my first stop of the day, so yeah, I left at 2 o'clock this morning. My first stop of the day was supposed to open at 8, so I get there at 7:15. You know, I got there a little early. I want to beat the traffic in Sparks and Reno just in case there's 8 o'clock traffic. So I get there. I talked to somebody because the delivery guys came in at like 7:45, 7:50. So I went over there and talked to them, make sure I was at the right place, and to make sure what time they opened. He's like, yeah, they'll get here at 8 o'clock. You're in the right spot. You're in the right spot. Here it is, 8 o'clock. I'm knocking on the door. Nobody's letting me in. I'm waiting around, standing around, looking for a phone number. I look it up on Google. I look it up on Google. I try to find a website, and I eventually had to walk in. It was like 8:30 by this point. So I walk over next door, and I talked to the guy there. I'm like, man, do you know anything about these guys? He's like, yeah, I just rent to them the last 3 loading docks. And he's like, I've never seen them here before 8 o'clock in the morning, or at 8 o'clock in the morning. I was like, do you happen to have a phone number? I don't have a phone number. I don't have anything, any contact information, nothing. So he gives me the phone number. I call the phone number, and guess what? They don't answer, and the mailbox is full, so I can't leave a voicemail. So now I'm trying to think in my head. I've got 2 more stops. One of them has like 35 pieces. One of them has 1 piece, and this one has 5. So I'm thinking, like, do I use some of my own duty time, my drive time, to drive over there to my second stop and get them off, and then drive all the way back over here? Because I think it was like 12 miles from that location. So I was trying to debate it, and I was like, what if they just get here right now? Like, when is my time limit gonna, you know, when's it gonna be worth leaving or staying, you know? So I ended up staying there like an hour, and I think it was like an hour and 40 minutes, hour and 50 minutes, something like that. It was crazy. But once he got there, so he got there like 8:50, and I was able to unload it in a matter of minutes. You know, it's 5 pieces, and I unload furniture for a living. So they came off pretty fast, and I stacked them up for him. He checked them off, signed it, and then I was gone. And yeah, minutes. Get over to my first stop, or my second stop. It was easy. It was 1 piece. Nobody was answering the door there, though. Luckily, I had their phone number, so I just called them up and was like, I'm here for delivery, blah, 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 blah. Once I opened the door, I slid it right off, set it wherever they wanted it, and then they signed it, and I was good to go. So it was just kind of a frustrating day, especially when things don't go your way. But all in all, I mean, how much can I really complain? It's Monday. I'm stationed right outside of Redding, and my load doesn't pick up till Thursday. I should be good. Knock on dashboard. But that's all I had to say today. I'm gonna get off here and enjoy my time off. So y'all have a good one.